Natalie Vickers is here now with a very special story. Natalie?
You're right. This is a good one. When legendary football coach Sonny Lubick was patrolling the sidelines for the CSU Rams, well, there was a revolving door of talented athletes who called Fort Collins home. Tonight, in part one of a two-part series, we spotlight the life of a former Rams safety who has seen the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. This is just the beginning chapter of Landon Jones. His great shape and, of course, amazing storyline has landed him on the national scene on the American Gladiators, and you do not want to miss what happened at the taping in LA, so be sure to tune in next week. Guys, if this doesn't get you wanting to get in shape, I mean, this guy was in amazing shape, huh? What a great story.
It was an amazing story, Natalie, and it seemed like what happened at Columbine affected his life drastically, especially with his faith.
He has a really deep faith, especially for someone of such young age, and he is very worldly. He travels a lot. He has a great job now. He's doing so many wonderful things with his life, but he always remembers. That's what I take most from this story. Always remembers where he came from and all those things that he experienced.
What really struck me about the story in getting to know him is the fact that he is a role model in so many ways and it's something that he really embraces.
That's right. And we didn't even show you what he really gets into with these ladies. This is no fun and games. When you go there, it's not going there to hang out at the house and have a free ride for sure. He makes sure they have a job, they have to eat right. They all cook together and make sure they have healthy meals. Nothing that is fried, I guarantee you, in that house, as you can tell by his physique. And he also makes sure they don't do anything that's negative, and they have to attend church or prayer service as well. So he takes it really deep for a young 26-year-old.
Great guy, great story. Natalie, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Once again, here's Natalie Vickers.
Thank you so much, Marius. Yes, most people have heard of the American Gladiators, and those who watch regularly know it looks really tough on TV, but I guarantee you it is even tougher when you're actually in it, as Landon Jones found out firsthand.
Is the contender ready?
Everyone that knows Landon knows this guy hates to lose, but he was a good sport about it, even after losing yes to the male cheerleader. But like all experiences in life, Landon took a lesson from this competition. That is to never judge a book by its cover. Hopefully you learned something, Marius. You learned something from this because it's a very important lesson.
I have a question to ask. Has there been any fallout from his former teammates about him losing to a cheerleader? Because, he was like the ones that don't like the contact, like to cheer on the sidelines.
You don't want to speak too loudly, of course. He laid low for a while, Marius. He didn't come out of his house for a little bit, stayed away from the friends. But he's a stud. Come on, you saw him out there. He was actually leading this thing till the very end, and it just wore him. I mean, imagine being in that situation where you turn around and you're a biker, turning around, you're facing Lance Armstrong, Marius, and you're like, what?
I would have no shot at all.
No.
That was a great story. Thanks.
Hello and welcome into the Mountain Studios. It's championship weekend, and with that brings a ton of terrific action on the hardwood. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the goods. First up, it's the men's final. Which are the best teams in the Mountain West? Well, BYU was the early in, ranked 23rd nationally and having achieved the best 33-game record in 105 years of the program. Now battling it out to the end to face this tough team, none other than Utah and the Runnin' Rebels. Utah lost that battle, so it's UNLV on their home court against the best team in the conference, the BYU Cougars. You couldn't ask for much more excitement than that. Here is how it all played out. Both teams were well represented, a raucous crowd at the Thomas & Mack Center. First half, BYU gets off to the quick start. Chris Collinsworth dunk there, Cougs up 6. Later, more BYU. Sam Burgess drives to the whole 10-point Cougar lead. Now, Lon Kruger, he senses this one's getting away from his team. How would they react? Well, the Rebels wouldn't go away. Joe Darger makes the three-point shot. He is also fouled. Rebels would cut the lead to 4 at the break. Second half here. Rebels come out running. Rene Rougeau, he misses the first attempt. No worries. The second chance bucket is good. UNLV takes the lead for the first time since early in the first half. Rebels keep it going. Curtis Terry with the overhead pass to Joe Darger. Another 3. UNLV up 7. Now this one's getting away from BYU. Dave Rose would have to circle the wagons. Cougs would respond, though. They go to their big man, Trent Playstead. 9 he had. They were tied at 47. But the Rebels would have an answer. Curtis Terry, the leaner, falls in. Rebels up 4. And then Wink Adams catches fire.
Adams launches, hits. Oh, what a shot by Wink Adams. He'll launch again, and he'll hit again. That's
3 straight threes.
Oh, yeah. Adams led all with 23. He was 4 or 5 from Treyville. UNLV wins 76-61 over BYU. The Rebels beat BYU to win the championship for the second straight year. Trent Playstead and Lee Kumard combined for only 20 points. We mentioned Wink Adams. He had a game-high 23, 14 of them coming in the final 7 minutes of the game. After the contest, Blaine Fowler caught up with the winning head coach, Lon Kruger. We broke this story last night. UNLV has parted ways with women's head basketball coach Regina Miller. One day after her Rebels fell to Colorado State in the 8-9 game, the coach was shown the door. It's still not totally clear whether Miller resigned, was fired, or was forced to step down, but one thing is for sure, she is out. During her time running with the Rebels, Miller compiled a 175 win and 125 loss record at UNLV. This year, the Rebels were only 8-22, winning just 4 conference games. Miller did guide her Rebel teams to 6 straight postseason bids from 2001 to 2006, which was the longest streak in school history. But in the last 2 years, Miller has gone 22-37. We have some sad news out of Las Vegas to report. As the San Diego State women went to work against TCU yesterday, their longtime administrative assistant, Helen Knavel, who was known as a grandmother to the team, got on her scooter to catch a second half of her team's game on television, but in her journey there, got into an accident that ended fatally. There are no other details available, but what we do know is the women of SDSU had a very heavy heart heading into today's final. Welcome into the Mountain Studios for this special edition Mountain West Conference Basketball Award Show honoring the league's winners for 2007-2008. Joining us to chat about all the victors, Coach Marty Fletcher. Coach, we are going to start with Women's Coach of the Year. So may I?
Oh, here's the envelope.
We have envelopes and everything.
First of all, you look spectacular. This is JV working with the varsity, but here is the first envelope of the day.
Let's see who gets Women's Coach of the Year. Elaine Elliott. No surprise there after taking her team to an undefeated 16-0 in conference in her 25th season. Congratulations, Elaine Elliott. Now to the men's side and the men's coach of the year.
Here we go.
The honors. All right. Let's see who the deserving choice is. Oh, Lon Kruger of UNL. There you go. Now it's on to the women's side. Freshman of the year. It goes to... Oh, this is a tough one. Along with a tough name, Helena Schwierisdottir, the 6'1" guard from Iceland, wins it. Next up, it is newcomer of the year on the men's side. I want that.
And you've already won the newcomer of the year in broadcasting right here on the mountain. But here's the men's newcomer of the year.
I'll pay you later, buddy. All right, who comes out of here? None other than
Junior
very
Walker.
highly deserved Marcus Walker of CSU. Coach, team didn't do so well, but Marcus